hold on just a little while longer. Hold on just a little while longer. Hold on just a little while longer. Everything going be alright. When people are coming down here to the Gullah Geechee Nation and things like that, they'll see, say, we done live all around this here water and things like that. Then the North Sea, we done live through all of these here people are coming and build up all these here bridges and things, are bringing all these here car and things, and rid of us. All of this storm will be coming in through this here area, all from the 1600 up to now. So and then I ask we, how come Hunter can still did it? How come Hunter to grind on with this here thing? And make me to study about that spiritual. Hold on, just a little while longer. Everything will be all right. One thing about Gullah Geechee people is that we are very spiritually based people. So when folks will even say to us now, how do you adapt to new things? I say, how can we not? Because our ancestors had to adapt to being in a new environment, coming from the western seaboard of the motherland in Africa to the eastern seaboard here, from Jacksonville, North Carolina to Jacksonville, Florida, and being able to survive hurricanes at first, and then having to later survive this influx that was worse than a hurricane of tourism and people wanting to put things in the area that we didn't think were ecologically sound or environmentally sound to put there, because for us, the waterways are our bloodline, and the land is part of our family. So we never want to harm it. So we always live in balance with everything with all the seasons. And this is something that is a collective consciousness for us. So if we see something that is starting to shift and change, we're kind of a people that's used to that. Because since we live on the waterways, the tide shifts and it changes. So we're very much like the water. We shift and we change with that. We know in the other world, there's this word called adaptation. That word doesn't exist in the Gullah language. There's this word called resiliency. Doesn't exist in the Gullah language. But we are resilient people who've had to adapt to whatever the situation is that's come against us. So one of the things we do is teach our children the same traditional ways to go out in the water only when things are in season. The same traditional ways to live from the land only when things are in season. We don't cut down our trees. We try to keep a tree buffer and a buffer line. Starting to educate people even more about how to put the oyster shells back out in the creeks so the spartina grass will continue to grow, and how not to throw things out of our heads that didn't even exist when our ancestors were first here, like styrofoam, that, to throw that on the ground is harmful to the land, because unlike a tree, styrofoam will never rot. So for us, we are kind of those people who our strength comes from that spirit that's within. And that's why even in the Gullah Geechee Nation flag, you see a tree and its human bodies intertwined, because we know our existence is reliant upon us as human beings that are never released from one another. And so just like the tree, we're planted by the rivers of the water and shall not be moved. So if we need to migrate a little bit further inland and move the house and just pour a new foundation, that's what we'll do. If we need to roof the house at a different angle, that's what we'll do. And from what we understand, or overstand as I like to say, that's what others call adapting, we call it living. The strength and the spirit that's in us from our ancestors, we call that being resilient, because we're people that's been here for 400 years. And as we say, we done been here and we ain't going no way. Tall. Peace and blessings. May you stand strong, and may your roots grow deep and hold you in place wherever Hunter to be.